Guys, let's talk about Ian Garry. Let's talk about Ian Machado Garry. I mean, UFC 310 was a great card. You know, there's some of let down fights. There were fights which delivered. There were a lot of interesting fights, and as well, there were a lot of weird judges. I mean, the judges in that fight were absolute shit. But let's bring it back to the fight which people thought would deliver, to the fight which was everybody's main event, to the fight which was my main event, and to the fight which was on paper supposed to be a banger fight, which is Ian Machado Garry against Shavkat Rakhmonov. I mean, we all know Shavkat is the boogeyman of the welterweight division. We all know that. 18 fights, 18 finishes. I mean, it's like Khamzat Chimaev. And there was a time where Khamzat Chimaev and Shavkat were supposed to fight. You know, because these two people, they fight almost the same. And I know fully well that Shavkat, according to DC, after the fight, Shavkat went into that fight with a torn ACL. Torn ACL, guys, that is not a normal injury. That is a very strong injury. Guys, looking at that fight, I'm not here to talk about Shavkat because Shavkat got the win. Anyhow, anywhere, you have to get the win. As a fighter, your action, your goal is to go there and win. I mean, winning in a spectacular fashion will bring you up there to the title. I mean, there's nobody right now that is the best contender for that featherweight time, for that welterweight, title than Shavkat. So what happened? I'm talking about Ian Garry. Ian Garry came out the other day after losing that fight and was proud that he'd be able to go out there, come out without being finished or without being submitted. Ian Garry, which was 16-0 before that fight, going to that fight. So this was, what is Ian Garry trying to tell us? Is he trying to tell us that going into that fight, he knows he's not going to win? Or does he believe that going into that fight, he knows that there's no chance for him to even come out there victorious? As a UFC fighter, I wouldn't say that. I love Ian Garry. He has this aura. He's very respectful. If you watch his fights leading up to this fight, he has been finishing people. He was not scared, because if you watch that fight against Shavkat, he didn't do anything for 5 rounds. The only thing he did was the last round where he tried to, choked Shavkat. That was the only thing we could record that Ian Garry did in that fight. So Ian Garry came out and said, he make the boogeyman of the welterweight division become human. He's trying to put Shavkat Rakhmonov in a pedestal, which you're not supposed to do. If I was the one on Ian Garry's shoes, I would literally be pissed off for what I did. Because if Shavkat come into that fight thinking he's going to beat me, I have to go into that fight thinking I'm going to beat Shavkat. Because either of us who gets the win gets the next title shot, which you yourself is dying to have, which he himself is also dying to have. So you coming out and feel blessed and feel happy that you lost that fight in the way you did. I mean, if you have been dominating this guy in that fight, at least if you did something in that fight, make sure you did something that will give the judges something to talk about, something to guess about. Then we're talking about something else. But in that fight that I watched, in that fight that you people watched, in that fight that every MMA fans watched, Ian Garry did nothing. He did absolutely nothing in that fight. So him coming out and saying, He's happy that he fought like that, that he came out, he made the boogeyman become human, and try to play out this this grateful kind of guy. I mean, listen, no disrespect to Shafkat and no disrespect to Yangare. Those are complete world round fighters. Yangare is a massive fighter. Two of them came into that fight with 0 defeat. So what are we trying to talk about? So I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. If you coming into a fight with 16 wins and 0 defeat, a guy coming out with 17 fights, 17 defeat with 0 defeat, because you lost in that kind of way, does it mean that, oh, you are happy that you lost? You should be the one trying to take his 0 instead of him trying to take. Because if you watch that fight, Shafkat was the one coming. And remind you, Shafkat has torn ACL. So Shafkat wasn't 100% coming into that fight. Yangari, who was 100%, didn't show anything in that fight. Doesn't mean that if Yangari fight his next fight and win, he's not going to be in the title shot. They might want to see Yangari fight for the title shot. Because if you look at the face-off between Shafkat and the owner and the title holder, which is Belal, if you look at two of them, their face-off was weird. It was really weird. Two of them just stand there like two people they don't know what to say. You get what I mean? So it was weird. And if you think Belal is going to lose against Shafkat, watching that fight, you might change your mind. We're not going to go into that issue. That will leave that issue for another topic. But this topic we're talking about is Yankari coming out in an interview saying that he's happy that he made. He's not even sad that he lost. He's not even sad that his 0 defeat now has turned to 1. Remember, once it is 1, it could be 2. It could be 3. Look at the mindset I'm talking about. If you have 0 defeat, you won't want that 0 to be 1. Like Khabib. Khabib won his fight with 0 defeat. He doesn't want to get 1 defeat. Once you get 1, and you're in a position where you could be submitted, you could I've already gotten 1, why not get 2? And you could lose the fight easily like that. We all know Israel Adesanya was an absolute amazing fighter when he was the middleweight champion. He was a 0. He was beating people. He doesn't want to get to 0. And he went up to the light heavyweight division and got his first loss. So that 1, that 0, which was important, that turned into 1, wasn't not as important anymore. Oh, I got 1 loss, I could get 2, it's nothing. They've already beaten me, so there's nothing else more. I don't know if you understand me. That hunger, that zeal. If I was Yangari, I would be so pissed off that I lost that fight. And not just be pissed off that I lost that fight, I would be so pissed off that I lost that fight in that manner. Because Yangari did absolute nothing. You already put Shafkat in that pedestal. You already saw Shafkat as a fearful beast. Because if you look at that fight, Yangari, if you look at his way he approached the fight, Yangari, he was kind of scared of doing his thing. But you could easily knock people out. You're a very good stand-up fighter. I didn't see anything you do. The only 2 shots landed in that fight was Shafkat's. So coming out and say, oh, you made the boogeyman a human being, is not what you're supposed to say. It's not what you are supposed to say, Yangari. You have to come out next time and say, I am pissed off that I had fight like that. I'm pissed off that I lost, and I'm pissed off that I got my first defeat in the UFC. Now I want to work hard, I want to face my next opponent, and I want to come back stronger and make sure that I face whoever is the title holder. Not coming out and making Shafkat look like a god. Because Shafkat at that night, if I was a champion, I would like to face Shafkat watching his fight. But also remember, guys, that he had a torn ACL. Let me know what you think about Yangari's statement. Let me know what you think about this video. And let me know what you think about this channel. Guys, we're improving every day. Give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment down below on what you think about Yangari's statement. Until next time, guys, peace.